So in this webinar, we will go over some of the more general points in terms of the motivations for creating protocols.io, what our mission is, and how our platform and tools can make your work easier and faster, both in the research lab and in the classroom, as well as to increase your reproducibility as an experimenter. Although I will share a lot of information, we will not have the opportunity to go over all the details of the different functionalities and tools of protocols.io's platform. And for that reason, I will share with you now some resources that we have put together, some training resources that you can browse for more information. First of all, we have these live stream webinars. We run different webinars covering diverse topics. Some of the webinars are tailored for new users, and some of them for more experienced users. So I'm going to open a website on the internet. So this is protocols.io/webinars. And you can see in this website the list of upcoming webinars. We also have drop-in clinics, which are user-driven sessions for questions and for which registration or appointments are not required. You just look them up in the calendar and show up. We also have a series of pre-recorded tutorials about the different tools and functionalities of protocols.io. And if you scroll all the way down in this web page, there is a link here to request a one-to-one demo with one of us. So these are the different resources, training resources that you can browse for more information. So I'm going to go back to my slides, which, as I mentioned before, I will share with the attendants at the end of the webinar. So let's keep moving. So let's now talk about protocols.io itself, what it is and what our mission is. So protocols.io is a virtual platform for the collaborative development, sharing, and publication of detailed, up-to-date, and reproducible experimental protocols before, during, and after publication of a research article. And it was created by researchers for researchers. We have collected a series of tweets that comment on the difficulties and frustrations of trying to replicate previously published experiments. As you can read on the slide, Daniel goes from reference to reference, trying to understand how the devices in a 2017 paper were fabricated. And when he finally reaches the original 2009 publication, it simply says devices were fabricated with conventional methods. This is just an example that highlights a widespread problem. That is, very often, the information reported or included in the materials and methods section of published articles is insufficient to allow the reader to understand what was done and to reproduce the experiments. As part of the background on why we created protocols.io, we like to talk about the Cancer Biology Reproducibility Project, which was a $1.5 million initiative coordinated by the Center for Open Science and by Science Exchange, with the goal of trying to independently replicate almost 200 experiments from about 50 high-profile papers on cancer biology. What the Reproducibility Project researchers discovered very soon after the project began is that it is very difficult to replicate previously published work. There are several reasons why this is the case, but one of them is that the original researchers didn't document in their articles with enough detail what they did and how they did it. What you see on the screen is the Center for Open Science website that summarizes some of the results of the Cancer Biology Reproducibility Project. As you can see, of the 193 experiments that they tried to replicate from 53 articles, 0% of the protocols were completely described, which made it impossible to reproduce them without contacting the original authors. Equally striking, when researchers from the Reproducibility Project contacted the original authors, they also discovered that these did not always could tell how exactly their own experiments had been done. Therefore, the problem of lack of reproducibility goes beyond the lack of adequate reporting in published articles, but also highlights deficiencies in the way researchers keep record of their own experimental protocols for housekeeping. This is caused, among other reasons, because people move from labs. Students graduate, for example, and leave. Postdoctoral researchers become faculty elsewhere, and so on. Therefore, we thought that a system for the proper storage, preservation, and exchange of detailed experimental protocols was needed. Protocols.io's mission is simple. It is about making it easy for researchers to share the details of their experimental methods before, during, and after publication. And generally speaking, Protocols.io comes in two flavors. We have a free open access platform, which provides unlimited protocols as long as they are made public. So the user can publish all these protocols for free, getting a unique digital object identifier, or DOI, for each of them. With a DOI assigned, the published protocol becomes permanent and citable. In addition to the free open access platform, we have premium accounts that offer everything the free plan offers, plus an unlimited number of private protocols and workspaces, in case researchers want to collaborate privately before making their protocols public. The premium accounts also offer premium training, and for the premium institutional accounts, a free protocol import service. You can find more details about our plans at protocols.io/plans/academia. And I will explain later on what workspaces are and how the protocol import service works. Some of you might already have an institutional premium account if your university is a partner of protocols.io. You can check this by going to protocols.io/institutions and and scroll down in the menu that I'm going to be showing right now and find if your university or institution is a partner of protocols.io. As I mentioned before, the slides and this presentation will be shared with all participants right now, so you don't need to take notes. So now going back to our mission and features, in addition to improving the documentation and reproducibility of experimental methods, protocols.io offers many other advantages directly or indirectly linked to this general aim. I will use the next few slides to discuss how protocols.io can help you improve your everyday work, whether it's research or teaching. We launched protocols.io in 2014. We currently have over 100,000 registered users. And I have to remind you that creating an account, it's free. The registered users have created over 12,000 public protocols and over 40,000 private protocols. The public protocols are all open access, which means that anyone can search for them, read them, use them, copy them, and reuse them by creating new versions. Last year, our protocols had over 1 million readers. Several organizations, including scientific journals, funding agencies, and educational and research institutions, support and promote the use of protocols.io. And I will describe next how protocols.io can support, facilitate, and increase the quality of your research and teaching because it allows you to manage and share research data and protocols. It allows you to simplify teamwork and improve collaborations, and it allows you to save time and keep your work organized. Protocols.io is also a tool to increase your impact as a researcher, to get granular credit for your technical and methodological discoveries and innovations, and to improve your performance as an educator. I will try to create a bridge now between the different features and tools of protocols.io and the benefit that protocols.io offers for research and teaching, explaining how the architecture and functionality of the platform enable everything I listed before. Organize your work, save time, collaborate, increase your impact, get credit, and teach better and easier. So before I go into the details of the features and their functionality, I would like to briefly summarize why using protocols.io gives you precision and flexibility in your experimental research. So the protocols created in protocols.io go far beyond a PDF. I will open now, again, a link in a website to show you one of our protocols. So this, what you see on the screen, is a protocol created in our platform. And as I mentioned before, they go far beyond what a simple PDF offers. As you can see, a good protocol is described in an instructive step-by-step fashion. Different sections of the protocol can be organized or coded in different colors to increase readability. The protocol can be enriched with images, pictures, and even videos. And the protocols are dynamic and interactive. They're interactive because they can be easily copied. You can create a fork of the protocol, and users can also add comments to the protocol. And once a comment is posted, the author will receive a notification. They're also dynamic because the protocol can be run directly from the computer or tablet. So you can hit the run button, and then the program guides you through the performance of the protocol. You can tick off every step as you make progress along the protocol. It comes with integrated timers that you can set to different times for different steps. Once the timer is over, the computer or cell phone will beep. And at the end, you can save the record of that experiment as an independent file. The platform also allows you to share the protocols via email, to publish them, as I mentioned before, to get a DOI, or to submit them to peer review directly from the platform. And I will talk about it later. So, about the architecture of protocols.io. The platform has three main sections: the workspaces, the file manager, and the editor. And I will use the next slides to explain how they relate to each other by using a simple cartoon. So the workspace is where everything happens. It is from this space that you create protocols, organize your work, and collaborate with others. The workspace has a folder that is organized by the file manager. And in the file manager, the users can use the editor to create protocols. During my explanation on what of these sections or features does and how they relate to each other, I will be moving back and forth between them. So if you go to our website, what you see on the screen right now is a landing page. You can create an account for free if you have not already done so, and log in. So once you log in, the system will ask you to create your first workspace, which you can make public or private. The next step is that the system will ask you if you wish to invite anybody to join your workspace, but you don't have to do so. You don't have to invite anybody. In this case, I am inviting myself, just as an example. Once you create your workspace, you can access its folder, as I am doing on the screen, and that will take you to the file manager, which is now empty because the workspace is new. To create a new protocol, you select the new button. And then you can choose among several different templates to begin personalizing your protocol. And that will take you to the editor. And that's what you're seeing right now on the screen, the view of the editor. So I've introduced to you the workspace, the file manager, and the editor. Now, the file manager will eventually contain, display, and organize the protocols that you have created within a workspace. The file manager supports any file type. It helps you archiving, auditing, and exporting because it can connect to Dropbox, OneDrive, and Google Drive. And it has been designed with enterprise-grade security and backup functionality. The editor, which I briefly showed to you before, and which is a tool to create protocols, has detailed components, a granular editing history, and allows all changes to be reverted. It also allows concurrent editing by 2 collaborators or more. As I mentioned before, different sections of the protocol can be coded in different colors, and the protocol itself has a step-by-step format. You can also upload and embed figures or videos into your protocol to make it more instructive and clearer, as you can see in the one that I'm showing you on the screen. It is very easy to insert images and videos, so the platform is very intuitive. And I am sure that many of you already have a long list of existing protocols in a PDF or Word format. And this is not a barrier to adopting the use of protocols.io. We offer our users a protocol import service by which you can send us your existing protocol in any format, and our editors will upload them in a step-by-step format of protocols.io. The editors will double-check it to make sure there are no errors or typos relative to the document that you provided. We will send the protocol for review to you, and if all looks good, the protocol will be reassigned to you privately, and you will be able to publish it whenever you are ready. This import service is free of charge for the institutional users and has a cost for everyone else. And you can search the information in the website at the bottom of this slide. Now, going back to the workspace. The workspace is a space for collaboration. You can invite anyone to join your workspace, be it a student or postdoc, another faculty member within the same institution, or external collaborators. To invite collaborators, you go to the, let me see if I can play this. Yes, sorry. So to invite collaborators, you can go to the administration menu. Oh, it's taking a bit to play the movie. But I'm sorry about that. Okay, there we go. So to invite collaborators, you go to the administration menu in the workspace and select manage members. And then you can invite a new collaborator and they will receive an email with the invitation. You can also manage the privileges that members will have and limit what they can do, such as inviting other members or sharing or deleting files from the workspace folder. So you as an owner have complete control of what other members of this workspace can do. Workspace members can comment on the protocols you have created and share with them or ask questions. And you can see how the functionality of commenting works. So the user selects the plus bubble, they write a comment, and when the comment is posted, you as an author will receive a notification. Then you can come to the system and respond to that question, and all this back and forth between readers and authors remain registered in the platform. The members of the workspace can also make changes to the protocols. And as I mentioned previously, there is a detailed log of all implemented changes, which can be reverted if needed. The members of a workspace can also create their own protocols in that workspace, or make a copy of an existing protocol and modify it according to their needs. For example, the original protocol could have been created to work in mice and a new version optimized to work in rats. The platform also allows you to compare side by side an old version of a protocol to a new one. And in this example, the new version is to the left, and the changes are automatically marked in red. And even if a member of your workspace leaves because, for example, a graduate student graduates, the protocols will remain organized, up to date, and available in the file manager. And all files, as I mentioned before, the file manager supports many types of documents, not only protocols. You can upload PDFs, Word documents, and Excel spreadsheets that relate to certain experiment. And all files can be further organized into subfolders. You can also select to export your protocols to Google Drive or Dropbox, or transform them into a PDF and print them so you can have a hard copy next to you at your bench while you're running your experiment. I'm showing you right now the PDF export function and how the PDF would look like once it is exported and printed. However, As I also mentioned briefly before, you can run the experiment directly from your computer or tablet or cell phone. You can see the progress of the experiment as you tick off every step. You can also edit a step during the run or make comments. And the record will be saved as an independent file. You can collaborate beyond your workspace by sharing your protocols with specific people via email directly from the platform or by publishing them. Publishing the protocol will assign to it a DOI and will allow anyone with an internet connection to search for it and to access it. It will also create a lock that will not allow further changes to the protocol. A published protocol with an assigned DOI is a citable object that can be referenced to in a paper, giving credit to the author's methodological development and improvements. The reference that I show you now on the screen will also be linked to the detailed protocol in protocols.io. So the reader will have access to the interactive step-by-step version. And the platform keeps a record of all traffic and use of the protocols, including number of views, bookmarks, exports, copies, comments, and citations. Any reader, once the protocol is public, can comment or ask questions, as I showed you earlier, and the authors will be notified. And this will expand the author's network of collaborators and strengthen their impact and reproducibility. Once the protocol is published, any reader can copy it and modify it according to their needs. So any public protocol is a template for further improvements. However, the platform has a memory that will link any copied protocol to the original one. And in this way, the original authors can keep credit. For example, what you see in the screen is a protocol that is a modified version of an original protocol created by somebody else. This protocol, the new protocol, has been published and therefore has received a DOI. The platform, however, indicates that it is a protocol that was forked from another protocol. And you can access the original protocol by following the link. Thus, the authors get credit for the protocol creation and optimization, and the reader has access to the history of changes and evolution of the protocol. And with an assigned DOI, you can use the link to protocols DOI as part of your material and methods section, and this will simplify your work. Therefore, we believe that if you adopt the use of protocols.io early on during your research, this will simplify your work down the road when the time for submission and publication comes. For example, what you see on the screen is a paper published in PROS Biology for which the authors uploaded their experimental protocols, their detailed experimental protocols to protocols.io. In the paper, they provide the link, and if the reader clicks that link, it will take the reader to the detailed protocol in the platform. And a really nice feature of the platform is that the protocols in protocols.io are versionable. So if the authors optimize their protocol after publication, the reader will have access to the original protocol that was published, which is what you see on the screen right now in gray, as well as to the newer version that the authors optimize from the time of publication. Protocols.io recently established a closed partnership with +One, whereby you can submit directly from our platform a novel protocol for peer review and eventual publication in this journal. And the published lab protocol in +One will be bidirectionally linked to the interactive and dynamic protocol in protocols.io. So the protocol on its own can become a peer-reviewed publication. As I mentioned before, once the protocol is published and receives a DOI, it can no longer be modified. However, it can be forked, modified, the new version, the new fork can be modified as needed, and new versions created. Now, going back to the workspace, you can create multiple workspaces in your account, depending on your research and teaching needs. You can create workspaces for different research projects or to teach different classes. Each workspace can have different members and contain different protocols and documents, giving you great flexibility for organization. In sum, and this is the last slide, we believe that protocols.io can help you stay organized, collaborate efficiently, save time, increase your impact, get credit, and teach better. And now I'm going to read the questions and answer them. I hope that you found the presentation informative. And if you have further questions as well, you can reach me at gabriel@protocols.io. So I will read the questions now. So the first question from Natalie. So the first question is whether there is an app. No, we don't have an app, but it is easy to open the platform in a tablet or a cell phone as well. And I don't think we have the plan to launch an app in the near future. So the next question is, if I do not have an institutional premium account, can I still keep my protocol private? Will I work on it? And at one point, does it become public? That's a great question, Natalie. Thank you so much. Yes. If you don't have an institutional account, you can keep your protocol private, but there is a limitation. And the limitation is that the free accounts only allow 5 private documents. Once you reach the limit of 5 private documents, be it a protocol or a PDF or a Word document, and you want to create more private protocols, you either have to delete one or to make it public. Sorry, to make it public by publishing it. When to publish it is your decision. And so let me repeat. The free accounts can only have up to a maximum of 5 documents, 5 private documents at a time. And the third question is, can you edit collaboratively in private workspaces without a premium account? Yes, you can, but only to a maximum of 5 private documents at a time. And the fourth question is, in your experience or opinion, do journal reviewers like DOI citations from protocols.io? We think they do. We think that they appreciate the fact that authors are willing to share detailed experimental protocols that enhance reproducibility. And there is a way of reserving a DOI before publication. So if you want to work privately and you don't want to publish your protocol before you know that your paper is going to be accepted or is already accepted, you can get a DOI without making your protocol published, and you can share a private link with the editors and reviewers so they will have access to the protocol. And once your paper is accepted, then you can take the final step and just publish a protocol, and it will be published with the same DOI that you reserve. And going back to the previous questions, I mean, I can say that over 500 journals encourage the use of protocols.io. So yes, editors do like the platform and do like the fact that the protocols are detailed and they are versionable as well. So I think that's the last question. Let me know if there are any others. Otherwise, you can reach me at gabriel@protocols.io. So, Natalie, did I answer your questions? Okay, so I will stop the recording, and which I don't know how to do. Okay, stop recording, and I will also stop sharing my screen.